Hispanic population is above 12%.
12% in the state of Florida or nationally?
Nationally.
Wow, and the regular unemployment. So that's like 2.5% higher than regular unemployment.
Right. And it is estimated by, there was a beautiful study done by the Heritage Foundation, and they find out that hundreds of thousands of seniors will lose the benefits with Obamacare. They are also losing benefit from the Social Security. I mean, there are a lot of different things that they don't know, and I am sure the moment they know what's going on, the implications and the dangers, they will make the right decision.
We talked a little bit, Dr. Torres, before you called in about how the Democrats kind of take for granted the Hispanic vote. Do you think we'll see a little less of that this time around? I mean, George Bush did okay with the Hispanic community in '04 and stuff.
That's what put him over the top, really.
Right.
I think they're better informed now, and there are more organizations available, more candidates like Rubio and others around the country. I expect that the outcome will be different.
And we got to see more Hispanic candidates running in the Republican Party too. You mentioned Marco Rubio, but I mean, especially in Central Florida, we should have a slate full of conservative Hispanics. And
they are. We just don't know where they are.
Well, hopefully our what I want to call Latino Tea Party. Hopefully that will enable them to have that voice, so that they can say, "Hey, here I am."
Yeah, that would be a nice project for your group, to raise somebody up out of your ranks to run for the state legislature or something.
That's going to be our first goal. You know, when we started right after the November 3rd. So we're gonna organize to see how we're gonna bring candidates, Hispanic candidates, to work not only locally but also national, you know, for the Congress and to the local government in the state too.
Yeah, I think they have to be represented, and they know that. Sometimes the Latinos people say, you know, why I don't see this, why this is happening, or you know, I don't know why they think that people maybe misunderstand the way the Latinos think. There are 3.8 million Latinos in Florida. That gives you an idea how important this population is.
And the candidates that we want to work to bring to the political side are going to be people that are going to be working for everybody, not only for Hispanics. It's going to be for white, for black people, for Hispanics, Christians, everybody.
For all the talk about how racist the right wing or the conservative movement is, they got behind Marco Rubio instantly. I don't think anybody cared that he was Hispanic. Everybody just really liked Marco Rubio and got behind him pretty quick.
In Rubio's favor, he had a number of things going for him. First of all, his youth. Well, I wouldn't say that was the first, but it's definitely an asset. His youth, the fact that he is bilingual.
Exactly.
And the fact that he comes from, like you were saying, those lovely little socialist countries. So
that was actually one of my favorite parts of his commercial, was when he says, "I know what it's like to lose your country."
Exactly.
That was very touching.
Good point, yeah.
And the fact that his message is universal, if you will. So yes, Marco Rubio is definitely a good package.
We really want to work for everybody.
Right.
You know,
this isn't strictly.
No.
Well, I see it as supporting what the Tea Party stands for, as opposed to being our own, in and of itself, little capsule. If you
and Dr. Torres, one more time, if people want to connect with you, what are the websites again?
LatinoAmericanTeaParty.org.
LatinoAmericanTeaParty.org.
Doesn't that sound good?
Yes.
Hey, LatinoAmericanTeaParty.org.
Hey, Will, can we get a link up to the website on that? Yeah.
There's one more thing that I'd like to tell you about this website.
Very quickly, we've got like 15 seconds.
Yeah, it is, we want to reach everybody, not just the Latinos. The website comes in 9 different languages. So for somebody who doesn't understand English well for whatever reason, I mean, this is the best way to find important information.
Right.
It's a multilingual
Dr. Torres, hold the line just for a second. Suki and Arraele, you guys gonna hang out? All right, stick around. Plenty more to do on the show straight ahead. Give us a call, 407-774-8255.
When you grow up, live like a good boy ought to. Well, what if there is no tomorrow? There wasn't one today.
Don't touch that dial. There is still plenty good old-fashioned, home-cooked, conservative talk radio to come. The Tea Party Patriots. Back in a second.
With SRN News, I'm Gordon Griffin. Polls, campaign finance reports, and advisors from both parties suggest that Republicans are poised to make gains in the November election. President Obama is trying to energize Democrats, telling them not to take anything for granted, even in strongholds like Massachusetts. The president appeared at a rally in Boston this afternoon. Police estimate 825,000 people have been marching in cities across France to protest President Nicolas Sarkozy's pension reforms, including an increase in the retirement age to 62. The country also has been hit by strikes, creating scattered fuel shortages. An explosion at a coal mine in central China has killed at least 21 miners and trapped 16 others. Rescuers say they've located the 16 but must clear tons of coal dust from the mine shaft to reach them. They're also dealing with dangerous gas levels and the risk of falling rocks. More details at srnnews.com.
The NAACP says the Tea Party is racist. But Michael Medved wants to turn the table on that logic.
The idea that opposition to President Obama is based on race?
I think you can make a much more credible case that support for President Obama is based on race.
He has lost support in every ethnic group except the black community. And if you believe that's based upon race, give us a call.
It's based upon a failing presidency.
Michael Medved Show. Afternoons from 3 to 6 on News Talk 660 WORL.
Have you heard? Proactive is new and better than ever. Stay tuned for a 1,000,000 bottle giveaway announcement. Do you have troubled skin, acne? Well, we have great news. With new Proactive, your acne can heal and you can prevent new breakouts from happening. Be one of the first to try it by giving us a call at 1-800-727-4571. Because we're going to let 1,000,000 people try new Proactive risk-free and also receive our legendary refining mask and green tea moisturizer free if you call right now. You heard it. Be one of the first to try new and better than ever Proactive solution. You'll receive a 60-day risk-free trial, plus a free refining mask and green tea moisturizer. Call 1-800-727-4571. This is our best radio offer ever. Get your risk-free 60-day trial of new Proactive plus 2 free extras. Show acne who's boss. Be proactive. Call 1-800-727-4571. That's 1-800-727-4571.
Tenders UCF, the newest halal restaurant in Orlando and one of the few on the east side of town, opposite UCF in the University Commons Mall. All dishes are made fresh to order. Try their tenders, wings, sandwiches, wraps, and fried desserts. Trini Roti now available in chicken, goat, shrimp, and vegetable. It goes perfectly with their homemade hot pepper sauce. Most sandwiches are served on a homemade coconut roll. We dare you to try their wing challenge. 10 wings in 5 minutes with a 5-minute afterburn. Visit them for Tenders Tuesday. 5-piece Tenders meal and a drink for $5.75. On Tenders 5-Wing Friday, you get a 5-wing jumbo meal and a drink for $5.95. To cap off your great meal, try a fried dessert. That's Oreos, PB&J, cookie dough, Snickers, Twix, and more, all fried at Tenders. Stop by Tenders today, opposite UCF and the University Commons Plaza.
This is Michael Medved for townhall.com. In an emotional campaign speech at the University of Wisconsin, President Obama admitted times are tough, but urged supporters to keep believing that change is possible. In this context, he sounded more like a protester than a president, ignoring the inconvenient fact that he and his allies have dominated government for 2 years. He described slaves sitting around a fire singing freedom songs, women marching for the right to vote, and workers struggling to organize unions who all knew that change would come but didn't know when. But his examples all involved very specific, focused reforms, and President Obama discussed no fresh agenda, no new directions for the next 2 years. Vague invocations of change may work for a candidate, but they mean little from a president when the public feels the nation is headed in the wrong direction. I'm Michael Medved.
This is Hugh Hewitt. Townhall.com makes your day with information and opinion thoughtful conservatives cannot live without. Make your day by logging on to townhall.com. That's townhall.com.
Free enterprise and rock and roll.
It's the Tea Party, baby!
Tea Party Patriots. Party Patriots. Party Patriots. Party Patriots. Party Patriots. Party Patriots.
Jews and stuff. Yeah. So what's up, Central Florida? We're hanging out with Arraele Santiago and Suki and Dr. Juan Torres, and they're telling us about Latino American Tea Party and some of the stuff they're working on. And right before the break, we were talking a little bit about where you go from here, finding some candidates and stuff, and kind of grooming them to run for State House and State Senate. Suki, I think you'd be the perfect candidate for State House. What district do you live in? Are you in
Geraldine Thompson.
Geraldine Thompson, who's a Democrat,
Geraldine
I think,
Thompson,
right?
Who lives in Windermere but has a, has a home in my little Orla Vista
She
district.
doesn't live in her district?
There's you'll have to talk to Prince Brown about that little situation there.
You gotta love that.
But nevertheless,
that's kind of like the Florida Tea Party, people running in districts 400 miles from where they live.
Well, basically, I see ourselves, in addition to the candidates we were talking about earlier, I think one of our goals as well is outreach, of course, and the fact that Arraele does have his media broadcast, and so I see us being a very distinct presence on the web. Hopefully we'll get picked up pretty well, but we've got to get together. Oh, and then Dr. Torres actually spoke to Tito Muñoz, which, if you remember Tito Muñoz, he was the one that came out after Joe the plumber. He was the construction worker, Tito the builder. Remember that?
Yeah.
And he was on Hannity and Combs. He's got the shades. Do you remember him?
I don't.
Oh, Tito Muñoz. Anyways, so he would say that he was born in Colombia but made in America.
Right.
So have you been in touch with him again, Dr. Torres?
I am waiting for his call. I heard about him the first time when I went to the Tea Party rally in D.C. He was one of the speakers, and I was very impressed, because he seemed to me that knows what's going on with the Latino community. And he was a great voice in D.C. That day.
And we've seen in Central Florida, I was talking about during the break, we've seen conservative Hispanics elected to office. John Quinones, who will be at the rally next Saturday at City Hall. He'll be speaking. He's going to talk about local government and stuff, because he's on the Osceola County Commission now, and he's trying his best to cut a lot of the everything that the government's doing in Osceola County. And this should be an area where there's several state house districts that are in play for a conservative Hispanic, and potentially one to be Speaker of the House again, like Marco Rubio was, because Central Florida, I mean, we produce a lot of speakers of the House in this Central Florida area.
It seems like it,
Right,
yes.
right.
Well, we are organizing the Tea Party Hispanic. I don't know exactly
We
how
still
we're
haven't
gonna
even come
call
up with the name officially yet.
But let me tell you something. As you told before, there's a lot of Hispanic that really voted for Obama 2 years ago, and they have changed already. I've been talking to them. They don't like what they're seeing in the country right now, and they're gonna move back where they were, and everybody was I don't know, some kind of brainwash, or exactly, that was the right word, brainwash or something, and 2 years ago, but now they wake up and they now seeing what is going on in the country right now.
I imagine they feel like everyone. I would love to drive down Paramore and ask people, how's that change working out for you?
Hey, me too.
Right.
Actually, I want to be in camera with you. I want to have the camera with you so you can do the interviews.
Go around all the people. What has changed in the last 2?
Exactly.
Tell me how much better your life is.
Yeah.
You're still sleeping under an overpass on Paramore and, eating at the soup kitchen or whatever. Wow, that's worked out real well for you, that hope and change.
Actually, let me tell you something. 2 years ago, I was in a good job with good money, and right now I'm unemployed, and no way to find a job.
And Dr. Torres was saying the unemployment rate is higher amongst Hispanics than the general population. So
around the country, not only the Hispanics, also for the black population.
Right.
And when you